Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports and Newscast Report. My name is Jim Parsons. Happy Canada Day. For those of you that are watching from Canada, it is July 1st. A little different for Canada Day for most people, but happy Canada Day nonetheless. We've got tons of news to go through when it comes to WWE and AEW in the world of professional wrestling. Wednesday today being Dynamite, typically in NXT, but they're both going to be very special shows. We're going to get to that in a second, but there's some news to go through first. Big news, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, it appears that they have officially signed with Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling has obviously not released confirmation of their contracts, but multiple news sources are citing that these two have signed with Impact Wrestling, will be at Slammiversary, and that's big for them. Probably the two biggest names to come out of the WWE releases to get a job at this point. So good on those two for getting a gig already. There's also news that Vince McMahon is going to be dealing with some personal problematic wrestlers that were coming as part of the Speaking Out movement, things like that, that he's taken a personal interest in making sure that he deals with some of these people and anything that could be problematic to WWE moving forward. There was also a conference call this week for NXT UK. Some speculation that NXT UK might get canceled, but that is not the case. There was just a lot of contract status, what's going on with the shows, all that other stuff, but it doesn't look like NXT UK is going anywhere, so that's the good news for NXT UK fans. Tessa Blanchard, there's all sorts of talk about where she's going to wind up. Booker T just recently said on a podcast that he believes that she should be a shoo-in for WWE, that her name equals money, that putting her alongside someone like Charlotte Flair would be huge for WWE, and he's not necessarily sold that she has a huge attitude issue like a lot of people have said so far about her. So we'll see if that winds up. The odds are that she's going to WWE if she goes anywhere. There's some feelers potentially out there for her to sign a contract. Dolph Ziggler has talked about why he was moved to Raw in the middle of what was seemingly the Otis storyline. He said, look, it was great to work with him and Mandy and Sonya Deville, but that sort of angle had run its course. I'm happy to be on Raw. Obviously, to step up for him because he's now working with Drew McIntyre. He's going to be picking the stipulation for their match at Extreme Rules right away. So big change for Dolph Ziggler moving to Raw along with Robert Roode. But he says, yeah, the Otis storyline just sort of played itself out. There's not much else they could do in a pandemic kind of empty environment with the arena, so that's what they were doing. Okay, my question for you today is this. Tonight marks the start of both Fyter Fest for AEW and the Great American Bash for NXT, and my question is which one's going to be better? So AEW's Fyter Fest is a huge card. We don't know exactly the status of Jon Moxley yet, but he's going to be facing Brian Cage, Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho. There's some really good matches on this card. But of course, NXT has now countered that with the Great American Bash. Both are going to be running the next 2 weeks. What card do you think is going to be better? Which show are you going to watch? Why will you watch it? And what do you think is going to be the standout for both pay-per-views? Put it in the comment section and let me know what you think. Which show is going to be better for the next 2 weeks? AEW or WWE's NXT and the Great American Bash? Until then, have a fantastic Canada Day. We'll talk to you on Friday. Don't forget as well, Monday nights Talking Raw. Radio on the Sports or in the Facebook page. /sports or check it out. All the articles there as well. So have a good week, you guys. Have a fantastic Canada Day, and we'll talk to you soon.